I'm so excited to announce that my Toto is here. After how many weeks? I don't even know. There's a story to this. We might need to roll a bit back to explain how the heck we got to this discussions. I'm already a big fan of bidets. I've used them every time I go to Asia. Because us in NA are lowly plebs and cannot seem to understand that toilet paper is not the solution to everything. It never was and it never will. Though I did have some workplaces in the past where their bathrooms are filled with Toto toilets. So my butt has been blessed before. But. Also, it's kind of, I don't know. It's like a feature. They entice you to go back into the office because they have Toto toilets. I'm already avid advocate for using bidets. They're just so refreshing. I've never really had the chance or opportunity to buy one, I guess. I finally kicked myself in the butt and bought a Toto. My Mama deRouge, oh my gosh. So Mama deRouge asked me this time when I went to Japan, she was like, can you go find me one of those portable Totos? Asked me to buy her one of these. Okay, this is... Drink up, Magikarp. My mom was like, yo, if you go to Japan, let me know if you find this because I want this. And first of all, I don't know where to buy it because I don't think I've ever seen a Toto shop. I've never seen one. Like, you just go in a bidet shop and say, like, I want this bidet, and they'll just, like, send you home with a bidet. I've never had that experience. Nor do I go to places enough to know that those types of shops exist. But Mama deRouge realized that this was a thing because my relatives who love going to Japan like once every quarter, they had one when they were visiting Mama deRouge. The aunt, she was literally boasting about it. She was like, have you seen this, Mama deRouge? I bet you haven't. Mama deRouge is very competitive. I would like to say that I'm not that competitive, but competitive bidet user. My bidet flushes better than yours. Mine cleans my butt in 10 seconds. No. Bidet speed runs. No. Though to be fair, bidet speed runs just means that it's more eco-friendly if you think about it. Mama deRouge is like, please find me this. And I am so sorry, Mama deRouge. I could not find this because I don't know where to even find it. I was like, you might as well just order it. This is called a travel washlet, but I was able to get myself a bidet instead. Like, for someone who has never ever ordered from a handyman, or like, I did not know where to even begin looking for a bidet and like how to install it and stuff, because I'm a handy person. I like doing crafts, DIYs, build my own IKEA furniture, that kind of stuff, but I've never touched electricity nor plumbing before, so I cannot for my life trust myself enough to do it first try. I figured I might as well, search Reddit forums, go on Yelp, I guess. Those were my strategies. Useless. Absolutely useless. So instead, supposedly, some of the local hardware shops offered a classifieds of some sort. Put what you need, like what kind of handyman, and then they will send that out to their network of handymen. No one freaking responded to my classifieds. Either like this job is just such a cheap job or something in their minds. I don't know why they rejected. Like, no one responded. I was like, well, back to the drawing board. I can do paints. I can like patch up drywall and stuff. I just don't know electricity. And I say electricity because there's a part of the story where electricity comes to play. I was at a complete loss, and then I figured I might as well just start cold calling people. I don't know, just like local plumbers, and send cold called emails and be like, Felynne deRouge needs her butt clean. I will pay for you to help me buy a bidet and install it. Oh, and I also need you to drill a hole into the cabinet because the plug is inside the cabinet. It's so dumb. I was smart. I'm a smart cat. I take pictures of my current situation. I take like different shots of the current toilet that I have, the area, and like how the plug is attached. and sent all of that over on my first email because I really hate too much back and forths in emails. If you know of the no hello movement, there's a whole website, nohello.com or something. I'm the type of person that's like, you better not just say hello when you're sending me an email and then wait for me to reply me like, hello, how may I help you? Even the hi, how are you doing today is better than just a blank hello. So I sent like a couple out and waited a few days because no one was responding within 48 hours. A lot of these places say they'll respond ASAP because a lot of plumbers do emergency plumbing, right? So either they see my email but ignore it because it's not emergency, or they're just not responding to me at all. Finally, someone gets back to me after like a week. Should have done emergency but unclean. Gosh. I should have. It is an emergency. I got like several, like 1 or 2 emails back finally after a dozen that I've sent out. And the first thing that this person tells me is that the bidet I wanted, specifically I want a Toto bidet. I know there's like different brands out there and like, I don't know. I like Toto. They're like, we're sorry. Your current toilet? Why do I sound like a phone response? We're sorry. Your current toilet is unable to fit a Toto bidet. Please press 1 if you wish to purchase a new base toilet. Please press 2 if you don't want our services. Please press 0 to speak with an associate. Ugh, I did not know that it wouldn't fit. TIL that even though Toto says is like it will fit most toilets, it doesn't. I was shocked. But they didn't really specify why it didn't fit. It just says, they just told me it won't fit. So I went back to the drawing. I went and looked at the dimensions of my toilet. I compared it with the dimensions of the Toto bidet. Turns out, this is the rim of the toilet. This is the rim of the toilet. The width, you measure the distance across one side of the toilet to the other side of the rim of the toilet. That's one of the most important dimensions. Turns out my current toilet is too narrow for the Toto to fit nicely and sit on top of it. If I go with the installation with my old toilet, it will teeter-totter. And that's dangerous. So the only option I had, if I really wanted a Toto, which I do, because the other option is to just buy a bidet from the existing brand of the toilet that I have, because it will for sure fit on it, right? But no, I was adamant. I wanted nothing less than a Toto. So I went and I was like, fine. I had to research the bases of Toto toilets. So I learned a lot about toilets just in general. I searched like how important it is for like the inside of the hole of the toilet. Like it has to be big enough, but when you wash it, it has to have enough wash. Like the water needs to swirl around. Apparently all of these toilet brands have branded cyclone washing water whirlpools. They all have trademarks on them. There was only really one solution, like one toilet base that I could buy, because the way that bidets work, there's 2 types of toilet bases for bidets, and the reason is because the bidet has a plug and a connection to the water tub, right? Water tube. Those are the 2 things that need to sit nicely with the rest of your water system. Right? You need to plug the water tube into the flushing water system. Choices that you get from Toto is to either be able to hide those extra tubes that come out of the bidet. You can either hide it inside the toilet, but the downside of that is that you can't really use that toilet base for anything else, any other brands, or it's a little bit more annoying to switch, to take out. And then the other option is to not get one of these like special Hydra bidet tubes, but then it looks ugly. And the toilet was ugly. I didn't even know I had a preference of what a toilet looked like, but after all this, apparently I do. So I picked a base for the toilet, and apparently there's difference between 2 pieces and 1-piece toilets. 1 piece is being more expensive than 2 pieces, but you will have less issues if it comes to leakage. But it's like double the price, so I could not afford that. I was already not expecting to buy an entire toilet base, and now you're telling me that there's different things? I send all these requests and I'm like, yeah, I have to get this specific Toto toilet. And mind you, there are options, different quality levels of Toto toilets. You get the ones where you can put the remote control is like attached to what do you even call that? The washlet. They call it washlets. You can either have that or you can get a remote control one so you can put it elsewhere and the toilet is like easier to clean and stuff. And then you can also have weird functions like self-cleaning. What else? Heated seat. I submitted everything in and I was like, okay, well, that's it. They're like, okay, we will go and ask if we can buy this toilet for you and get back to you on the price. Bye money. And the reason why I didn't want to go out and buy the toilet first, because I was very close to buying the bidet first and then asking for a plumber to just come and install it. And I'm glad I didn't do that. So make sure you like triple check with the plumber before you buy it. And I also thought that if the plumber bought it, they would have special discounts as opposed to me going to a place and buying it full price for a bidet. They probably have better deals, you know? And then I came across another hurdle. After all that, they were preparing to order it. I was really excited. I started researching a little bit more about the exact like model of the toilet bidet and what I should prepare for it. But turns out some bidets, not all, but many bidets take up a lot of power, as much or even more power than a hairdryer. And hair dryers often come with like a fuse protector, like electricity protector, in case they overload the circuits, right? They can immediately shut down and all you have to do is press the button on the charging thing. You just press it and then turn it back on, but it also tells you that the outlet itself doesn't have enough power to to support the needs of a hairdryer. It's the same thing with bidet toilets, apparently. There's different power usages, and the more functions you have in the bidet, the more powerful, the more electricity it's gonna suck up, right? Turns out that bidets, especially Toto recommends that you plug the Toto into an outlet that contains a GFCI, which means a ground fault circuit interrupter. I think it's the same thing in English, but in Cantonese, we have a saying called tiu fusi. Tiu means jump, and then fusi is just fuse, jump fuse. I think it's the same in English, right? For safety precautions, Toto recommends it for all of them, but the model that I bought is not as power hungry as some of the higher end models. But the plumber also said that they recommended, like, yes, you should get one of these because in addition to that, it helps with electrical shocks and stuff that come from water. Most bathroom outlets do come with it. The one next to your light switch is often the one that includes the 2 little extra buttons in the middle, but that one's too far away from the toilet. I'm not gonna have an entire like string of wires to connect from the toilet to the other side of the bathroom. Luckily, there was an outlet underneath the sink. That's the one that I intended to use anyways. Right now, there's only like one thing plugged into it, which is like the under cabinet lights. I don't know why you need extra lights for it. It's stupid. And then there's another empty outlet underneath. However, that one is not GFCI because no one expects for the under cabinet lights to trip your fuses and stuff, right? It doesn't intake that much electricity power. But that's okay. That's okay. I'll just buy an adapter. There's 2 solutions, right? One is to hire an electrician to install the GFCI version of the plate, right? Yeah, one way is to throw more money at the problem. The other way is to throw more money at the problem. There's 2 ways to this. Either throw more money or throw more money. The alternative is to buy an adapter to put on top of the existing outlet that contains the additional the buttons, right? Technically, the alternative to the second option is to buy an extension cord, which serves the same purpose. TIL, those things are expensive. Sunken cost fallacy has already sunken into my skin at this point. It dug deep into my skin. So at this point, $50 more, that's fine, right? I'm already digging myself a very, very big hole of debt here. I might as well just throw in $50. And so I buy myself an adapter. And I'm, once again, a smart cat. So I tested it, plugged it in, tested it, nothing happened. It's supposed to light up when it's attached to the wall because these are stuff that construction workers use to test whether or not electricity works. The second stupid outlet under the sink does not work. Why? Why does it not work? I swapped the 2 outlets. I put the under sink lights on the second one. It doesn't work. I put the GFC adapter on the top. It works perfectly fine. Oh, they really intended for no one to use that except for the under cabinet lights. It's the dumbest design ever. So I submitted a maintenance request. I was like, why is this broken? I don't know how long maintenance is going to come back because it's not a high priority issue. And so now I had to make the toughest decision of my entire journey of installing a bidet onto my toilet. Do I want a bidet or do I want under cabinet lights? That's really hard. That's a tough decision right there. I am so pain peccoed right now. So, you know what? Yeah, screw the lights. I don't need that. Yeah, everything that could go wrong. Yeah, I'm just glad all these issues, I find them now and not after I bought the Toto toilet. The biggest issue is whether or not all of my pre-preparations for the Toto toilet, buying an adapter for the GFCI, sacrificing the under cabinet lights and stuff, if everything that I prepared, all I have to do is wait for the plumber to come. And like, I was really scared. I was like, what if he's gonna tell me like, oh, sorry, the space that you have here doesn't fit the toilet, or like something goes wrong in the installation? That would be game over. I would literally not stream today because I would be so depressed. The plumber comes. If you're telling me you could just come tomorrow morning and install it, heck yeah. I'm super happy that this was done today. I'm so happy. They had to drill into the cabinet. Luckily, everything went smoothly. He told me that it might take around 3 hours at most, but he was in and out in less than that, like less than half, like 1.5 hours or something. It was very speedy. He even taught me like how to use the bidet and stuff. And apparently my remote control has 2 sides to it. I didn't even know that a remote control can have so many buttons on it. Yeah. He was like, you know, I'll teach you how to use this toilet, but I won't do a live demonstration. I hope you understand. And I was like, yeah, I do. I don't want that either. Thank you. Like, I was so mind blown. Like, this was my face when I looked at the remote, because it's like a big remote. It has magnetic snaps to the base of the controller holder so that you can flip it around and like adjust the thing. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is too fancy for me. And he was like, yeah, I use this model at home as well. It's great. I think I made the right choice if the plumber themselves used this model without persuading me to buy it. And I came to the same conclusion as a plumber. So I think that was a good thing. The 2 bestest decisions you can make when you're improving your lifestyle is a really good mattress. That's what everyone says. But the second thing you should get is a Toto toilet bidet washlet. After all of this, I'm telling you all of this, but why? Why on earth am I telling you this in the first hour of stream today? So they just finished it right before I had lunch, but he told me that I couldn't use it for like roughly 2 hours because the silicone, because he has to seal the bottom of the bathroom, right? The silicone is not dried yet. So he's like, just wait for like 2 hours and then give it a try. Guys, we're getting close to that 2 hours. I am not going to do a live demonstration though. No, you will not hear from here. I can give you a review of the toilet in a bit. I was waiting the entire 50 minutes of explaining this just to come to this punchline. I will let you know what I think about it live on stream. I wasn't intending to become a toilet streamer. Apparently, this is what fate is leading me towards, so I suppose. So that's why I couldn't give you a review. I didn't break into the toilet yet. So now you all know when I go for a bathroom break in the middle of stream, that's where I'm going, to my new throne. I can't hold it in. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to use it. Oh my gosh. But yes, I will be back and I will, wow. I am so happy with my life decisions right now. I did not try the dryer. I chickened out. I chickened out from that. Was it life-changing? Yes.